Imagine waking up every single day feeling trapped, not by chains you can see, but by invisible walls built from old ideas, borders, and rules that don't make sense anymore. It's exhausting, but worse, is maddening. The world says, you're free, yet hands you a playbook written to keep you small, stuck, safe in a way that kills fire, kills hunger, and dials down your real power. For founders, investors, leaders, people who move mountains, this is no small problem. It's a crisis, a weight pressing down when the world around demands bigger vision, more courage, and the kind of impact only the rarest minds can spark. Here's the brutal truth. Your biggest edge isn't just your product, your pitch, or your team. It's the way you think, specifically how you think on a global scale. Not just selling worldwide or expanding borders, but forcing yourself to see every challenge, every opportunity, every problem through the eyes of the entire planet. It's the difference between playing checkers on a local board and playing 4D chess on an infinite global board. This kind of thinking changes the game. It rewires the way you redefine problems and discover solutions nobody else even imagines. Because everything you rely on today, countries, systems, networks, they're fragile. They're falling apart or becoming irrelevant, and sticking to them is like trying to build a mansion on an earthquake fault line. The people who win tomorrow won't be the ones who cling to national pride, outdated markets, or old-school consensus. They're the ones who reject comfort, who defy the status quo and refuse to live inside boxes drawn by someone else. They're the stubborn few who dare to become more than they ever thought possible. Most of the world is still trapped in illusions. The illusion that freedom means following a rulebook, that progress is about fitting in, that systems are there to serve, when often they're just a mask, a barrier holding the exceptional back. And if you feel this, deep inside, like a fire growing hotter every day, you know you're not alone. You know that the system has no place for someone like you, not because you're missing something, but because the world hasn't figured out yet how to handle people who see beyond fear, beyond borders, beyond limits. This isolation, this feeling of being misaligned, isn't random. It's crafted by a world unprepared for true brilliance. But here's the breakthrough. This isn't about fixing what's broken out there. It's about breaking free in your mind, your network, your business, to become the kind of leader who thrives precisely because the world is shifting beneath everyone else's feet. The power you crave is born from embracing global thinking in the truest sense. It's not about multi-currency or multilingual marketing hacks. It's about tearing down the imagined walls between ideas, people, and possibilities. It's about becoming a citizen of everywhere, untethered from places, politics, and preconceptions. This is your rebellion against the ordinary. This global mindset forces you to question everything. Why are we investing this way? Why do we hire only locally? Why do we trust only familiar partners? Why do we limit our ambition to borders drawn on maps? These questions, uncomfortable as they are, open up space for radical innovation. Because when you see the world as one interconnected ecosystem, suddenly the most valuable insights come from places and people everyone else ignores. The edge isn't at the center. It's on those fringes where the boldest ideas survive and thrive, and where your next breakthrough is waiting. And here's where it gets transformative for you. Thinking globally makes your decisions sharper and your vision bigger. It's the psychological permission slip that frees you to trespass old boundaries. It connects you to diversity that's not just cultural, but cognitive. People who think differently, challenge your assumptions, complement your strengths, and fill your blind spots. This isn't about gathering crowds for noise. It's about finding that rare few who burn with the same fire, who question as relentlessly as you do, who build as unyieldingly as you want to. That connection sparks true synergy, and synergy equals power. It's the secret formula the system ignores. Now, more than ever, the market rewards those who can operate beyond the local, beyond the routine. Investors, founders, professionals who think small are losing ground to those who understand this invisible infrastructure. A network of unique individuals joined not by geography or industry, but by shared mission and fierce independence. This is where the next unicorns, the next revolutions in business and tech, the next big cultural shifts come from. Because they don't wait for permission or approval, they act first, connecting first, thinking big first. But this path is not easy. True global thinking demands one thing above all: sovereignty. Not just of assets, but sovereignty of mind and will. To be sovereign means to own your narrative, question every assumption, and refuse scripts handed down by comfortable systems. It's uncomfortable, it's lonely, it's messy, but it produces results no one else can. It's the relentless commitment to becoming more aware, more connected, more fearless, that separates those who talk about change from those who create it. Here's what separates the winners from the rest: patience, the courage to play the long game, to build networks of trust over time, because true power doesn't come from quick hacks or viral bursts, but from slow, steady alignment with the few who share your vision and commitment. In thinking globally, patience means resisting shortcuts, complacency, and easy answers. It means knowing the greatest impact might only surface months or years down the line, but the foundation you lay right now determines the entire future. Think about it. Every problem that feels impossible to solve locally, resource scarcity, talent shortages, market limitations, becomes an open door when you stretch beyond borders. Suddenly, collaborations and innovations bloom that others can't reach. You no longer compete in isolated ecosystems. You compete in a vast, dynamic web of ideas, capital, talent, and influence, where diversity is your secret weapon. And that gives you an edge that's practically bulletproof. What if the future doesn't belong to the nations, or even corporations, but to autonomous collectives of rare individuals who connect across the planet? Those who honor differences instead of erasing them, who build strength from contrast, not uniformity, who thrive by lifting each other up, not tearing each other down. This is no fantasy. This is what's already emerging under the surface: a silent revolution where the rare few rewrite rules and refuse to be boxed in by anything less than what they truly are. Now imagine being part of that. Not as a follower, not as a page in someone else's book, but as an author defining a new chapter, where your network is not built by chance, but by fierce intention, where every collaboration is a spark igniting new possibilities, where your global mindset isn't just a way to survive, but a way to dominate. This is the place where founders, investors, and leaders stop settling for the predictable and start building the unprecedented. It's the place of unleashed potential. It's the edge where brilliance meets opportunity. The system, today's broken world, offers comfort disguised as chains. It tells you to wait, to follow, to blend in. But inside, you knows better. That restless tension, that silent voice screaming for more, it's your true self, refusing to be processed, optimized, or minimized. The only fuel to that fire is choosing global thinking. Not just as a business strategy, but as a life strategy. It melts boundaries. It builds bridges. It unlocks power. So, what's stopping anyone from thinking this way? Fear of the unknown? Attachment to comfort? The habit of shrinking ambition to fit inside narrow limits? That hesitation is the killer. Because the moment you choose to see and act globally, everything changes. Your problems become opportunities, your loneliness becomes community, your limits become superpowers. This is a call to the few who refuse to wait for a better world to emerge. The world changed before your eyes, and it won't wait for anyone. The greatest opportunities are not just in new products or markets, but in how you think, connect, and become. This global thinking edge, it's not a buzzword or trend. It's the future, stretched out ahead like a map waiting to be explored. The choice is raw and clear. Stay locked in the old story, small and contained, or step into the arena of global thinking, where you reject comfort, embrace the rare, and build power that no one else sees coming. For those ready to burn their old patterns and refuse false freedom, this is where the real work and the real winning begins. This is the most powerful business edge because it's not about business at all. It's about unleashing the true individual, the one who doesn't serve flags or systems, but serves vision and impact. The one who knows the whole world is not a threat, but a vast field of allies, ideas, and opportunities waiting to be seized. This edge is not found on any map. It's forged in the mind and soul of those who dare to think beyond borders and live beyond limits. Because here's the final secret: the future belongs to the few who see themselves as citizens of the world, not prisoners of it. And when enough individuals choose that path, the impossible becomes inevitable. The edge becomes the norm. The rare becomes the revolutionary. So ask yourself, not tomorrow, not later, what happens when global thinking stops being just a concept and becomes the fire driving everything you do? What world will you build, and who will you become? There's no pause, no delay, no second chance waiting. The edge is here. The time is now. The future is global.